Hi guys, and welcome back. And today we get on with building the Tamiya 135th scale Kubelwagen type 82, and that is kit number 213. So it looks like a pretty straightforward kit. This will be a companion piece to the 88mm pack 3637, and looking forward to getting stuck into it. Let's have a look at the sprues now. So we'll kick off with the instructions, and again, normal Tamiya instructions, picture up the top, bit of a blurb about the vehicle itself. That's about stock standard. And turn the page, normal stuff about the tools, and then we start with the assembly of the undersurface, which looks pretty straightforward. Have a look at the next few steps. So it's all about building up the undercarriage and the upper chassis, and that continues on through steps 5 and 6. Then we start looking at putting the seats in step 7, the spare tyre up on the front, the rest of the tyres on the vehicle, a little bit of stuff with the windscreen and the lights, and finish off with the doors, shovel, the roof, and then finally the figure with the normal painting recommendations. A little bit here about how to set the door up when it's open, if you want it open. The application of the decals, which I think we all know. So pretty straightforward, and should be, as I said, should be an easy build. So we start off with sprue A, which is got the two sides, some of the undercarriage, the spare tyre, some of the engine bits, the doors, the wheels and the hubcaps, and the bonnet. And there's a nice little bit of moulding detail there. All in all, pretty clean. I can't see any obvious signs of flash. So all in all, seems to be pretty good. Now sprue B, we've got all the little bits and bobs, mirrors and some of the pipework again. I think the stuff for the fold-down roof, bit of engine stuff happening there. The seats, the fold-back roof tarp or canvas, I would suggest. Wheels, handbrake, shovels, and then figure over here, which looks quite nice. Not sure if I'll use the figure. I haven't really made up my mind exactly, although you did, if you watched the last one of the 88, you saw the detailed plan. But again, I'll wait, I think, until I've got the diode base built. But yeah, again, no signs of flash. All looks nice and clean, so probably not as much work to put this together as the 88 had. And in terms of plastic, then we've just got this bit, which is the main chassis. So the underneath, which in all honesty, in the diode that I've got planned, you won't be seeing anything of it. And the top, so you know you'll see bits of the floorboard and what have you. But again, nice and clean. I can't see any injector pin marks that will bother me at all. So yeah, I think that's it. We'll have a quick look at the plastic for the glass window, and also a look at the decals that are provided with the kit. And we might just have a quick refresh on the placards and instrument panel decals that I bought as a separate issue. So the window is a window. There's not a lot you can say about it. It's clean. It's got no marks, and it should be fine. And then we've got the decals that come with the kit. And they look really good. They look nice and crisp. They're in registry. I'm not sure whether I'll use them or not. I've got all of those Waffen SS ones that I brought for the 88. So certainly for tactical symbols and the unit markings, I want to keep that consistent. But we'll, nothing's set in stone. So we'll see how it goes as the build progresses. And of course, these are the Alliance Model Works decals that I bought, the 135th vehicle dials and placards for Kubelwagen and Schwimmwagen. So they'll get a bit of use in detailing the instrument panel for sure. And with that, that's what's in the box and the little extra bit that I bought. So let's get on with the build. So here we've got all the parts for the first stage of the assembly, and they cleaned up really nicely, really quick to get all these parts off the sprue and ready to glue, which is what we're going to do now. So just something to be aware of. It's no big deal, but the instructions make it look like this piece here is stuck right onto the side. But in fact, if you do that, then the gap for the pole is too wide. So quickly realised before the glue had set that I had to just push it to the back, and piece of cake, no drama. And that's steps 2, 3, and 4 completed. So that's the bulk of the chassis put together now. Look, no fit issues at all. Very happy, easy to do, and really thinking that I know a lot of people who watch my channel and subscribers have commented about, that they've got back interested in the hobby or they've been inspired to start again. And if you were brushing off the cobwebs, I would say this is a really good little kit to start with, because it'll allow you to practice all the skills that you need in terms of getting things off sprues and cleaning up parts that there's not too much, but with a quick build time and really easy fit. So it might be one to keep in mind if you want to put your toe back in the water. So step 5, just putting the rear bumper together and the front seat assembly. Then we roll into step 6. This is where I start to not necessarily stick everything in place. So the dashboard and steering wheel, I'll leave that till towards the end, because I want to paint all that up separately and paint the interior separately before all that. A6, which I think is the alternative to the folded down canvas top, and I'd prefer to have that, so I'm going to leave that off at this stage. And then again, the same with step 7, sticking on the back lid, I guess, which is a storage compartment, I think, or access to the engine. I'm not 100% sure. Sticking the tyre on, but leaving the seats unglued, because again, I want to paint those separately and put them in towards the end. So step 8 is putting the wheels together, and I think, I'd probably call it the stone guard to protect the underneath of the engine. Again, gluing the hubs in, but not gluing the wheels to the vehicle, because I want to paint those separately. So I'm starting to accumulate a whole lot of little bits now that'll go on later. And that's much the same for step 9 with the headlights and the no-tech lights, and I've stuck those on. But the windshield I will leave towards the end as well, because I want to paint that first and then get the glass in at the end. So step 10 is sticking the lights on and the doors mainly. And at this point I had to make a decision, and I decided that I'd keep the driver's door open. I still want to hedge my bets on to whether I use the figure or not. I don't think I will, but I can't see any harm in the car parked with the driver's door open and no figure there. So that's the way I'm proceeding. So step 11 is pretty straightforward. Put the side mirrors on, put the brackets on for the canvas roof. Didn't put the front windshield on, as I said before, and not putting the canvas roof, folded canvas roof on either. I'll pick that up towards the end. And by and large, that's it. So that's pretty much construction finished. We might have a quick spin around in its natural state, and I think we might push on with the painting. So on with the priming, and nothing overly special here. I just, as far as I possibly can, get a cocktail stick into the plastic, so I've got something to hang on to. And pretty much all the time I use the Vallejo surface primer. In this case it's the grey, and probably use a 50-50 mix of the primer to the airbrush thinner. Now that 50-50 mix gives me a pretty thin consistency with the primer, but I don't mind that at all, because I like to spray at a fairly low PSI, and I'm quite happy to go over and do several coats, but the thinner nature of it means you don't lose any of the surface details. The risk is that if you linger in one spot too long, you can get some runs. That can be cleaned up with a cotton wool bud, and or if it's really bad, let it dry and then give it a sand. But happily on this occasion, I managed to do it without messing up and didn't get any runs anywhere at all. So yeah, it's all down to personal preference. There's no right or wrong. It's just what works best for you. I like doing it this way, and it seems to give me a good result, and the paint hangs onto it, so all good. So we'll just have a quick minute or so having a look at the finished product. I haven't put it all together again, because as soon as I put this up, I will go straight into full-on painting, because I think I want to finish this before I start anything else. Enjoy the music, and I'll be back to say goodbye. But before I do say goodbye, I just want to give a shout out to mate Greg Riley. Greg's just let us all know that he's had some bad health news and he's got a bit of a challenge ahead of him over the next couple of months. And I just wanted to share our support and wish him all the very best. And with great confidence, because he's a great bloke, know he will come through this and return bigger, better, stronger and faster, and hopefully finish those dioramas, because I'd like to see how they turn out. So Greg, our thoughts are all with you, mate. I know I speak for everyone. If you haven't seen Greg's channel, there'll be a link in the description and a link at the end of this video. Thoughts are with you, mate. Fight the good fight and look forward to seeing you back fit and well. Cheers, mate. And now, that is it. Great little kit to build, lots of fun, not too hard. Really recommend it if you're getting back into the swing of things in the hobby. It will let you practice all the skills you need to practice, but it's quick and not frustrating in any way, shape or form. Nice fit, so good fun. Guys, as always, thanks for watching. Thanks for taking the time out of your day to do so. Thumbs up if you liked it. Click on the bell so you'll get a notification when I upload videos. Subscribe if you are not already subscribed. And apparently there's a thing called share. No idea what it means, but click it and help me out, apparently. And other than that, really look forward to your comments as always. Next one up will be the painting of the Kubelwagen. I want to push ahead and get it all finished. And then on to the dio base. So, as always, take care everyone. Greg, thinking of you, mate. Good luck to all. Cheers.